Now, what is so special in a tubular cancer? Just one important thing. In which age group did a Squamous cancer happen? In which age group did a Squamous cancer happen?
60
So, Squamous cancer happens in postmenopausal. Tubular cancer happens in premenopausal. Remember, tubular cancer is known to happen in premenopause. Bas. Okay? What is good is this has said to be the best prognostic outcome in the histologic variant. If you are given an MCQ which is the best outcome, you can compare medullary versus tubular. Tubular has undoubtedly a very good outcome. Next part. So more or less we have completed this part. What is important in Indians is another variety of cancer. This is something called as a papillary cancer. Important points to know about these points are, this is more if you have known about
This meeting is
pathology,
being
the type of
recorded.
the tumor, we'll not talk lobular now. Can I erase this part? Hello.
Yes, sir.
তাহলে papillary hello স্যার
Sir, can you go back to papillary once more?
papillary cancer এর স্যার তাহলে prognosis কেমন হবে?
ভালো, good prognosis, but definitely
lymph node metastasis হচ্ছে তো এখানে।
কম
Sir, can
হচ্ছে
you
ভাই।
show papillary once more?
Let me try, just a minute. Papillary is more common in non-whites and etc. ठीक है? Okay. Can I proceed now?
Yes, sir.
not otherwise specific to the case.
Not otherwise specific.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Done?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you have done that, then we are not going to talk invasive lobular now. We are going to write that as a part of your short note. Now, the next part is something that must have been taught in pathology, is what is the grade of the tumor. Now, this is something that I wanted you to know in details, because there are questions that will always be asked about the grade of the tumor. Were you taught something called as the Bloom-Richardson classification about this part? Hello?
No, sir.
No.
Not
Oh, some
otherwise
people-
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So if you are taught about the Bloom-Richardson classification or the staging, I'm very happy. So what this Bloom-Richardson classification does is that, if you have not heard the name, what is this thing needs to be understood, because there are multiple questions in surgery and MCQs that you are required to know in this thing called as the Bloom-Richardson grading. Now, if you are wondering why am I saying this, Baba re itna sa pathology jaan ke kya hoga, sir? So the only thing in pathology is that bad men and women will come in three forms: bad, more bad, and maybe the worst type. Okay, so if you think over, there can be two things. This is bad, this is, oh my god, more bad, chalo, and this, ore baba, how many will I draw? This is the worst. Okay, so what I would like to do is that they are called as, remember, they are called as a low grade, they are called as intermediate grade, and they are called as high grade. So please do not call them well differentiated, moderately well differentiated, etc. Okay, please do not call them like this. They are called as grade 1, which is equivalent to you calling them as well differentiated. Grade 2, which is equivalent to you calling them as moderately well differentiated. And grade 3, which is equivalent to you calling them as poorly differentiated. Have you written up till this point?
Yes.
Okay. Now, in pathology, what were you taught was the basis of this thing. So, the basis of this thing was the pathologist used to quantify and measure 3 items. I will just tell you the name of the 3 items. What are the 3 items that the pathologist measured? Sir, they measured 3 items. Tubule formation, and then they give a number in the tubule formation between score 1, score 2, score 3. Definitely, score 1 is good number of tubules, score 2 is less number of tubules, score 3 is less. I am not going to the quantification, 75%, 10 to 75, no. Have you written up till this?
Yes.
Good. The other points are nuclear size. In nuclear size, 1, 2, 3. If the nuclei is small, give score 1. Nuclei looks like big, give score 2. Nuclei looks like a boda rosogulla, give a score of 3. Okay. Last one is something called last one is something called as the mitotic count. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1 means less number of mitosis, 1, 2. 2 means some amount of mitosis, 8 to 14 maybe per high per field. 3 means uri baba, itna mitosis, large number of mitosis. I will not quantify each of them. You need not remember the quantifications. I will be very happy if you can remember how is this scoring done. So out of this thing, what can be the maximum score that we can calculate in the Bloom-Richardson scoring?
9.
9. Very good. What will be the least score that I can calculate?
3.
3. Very nice. This is what I wanted you to remember. There is another thing in prostate. Do you know what is this type of scoring in prostate?
Gleason
score. Is a Gleason score. Where is the Bloom-Richardson score used? In breast cancer. And this is something that you are required to remember. What are the 3 components of the Bloom-Richardson score? Can you tell what are the components of the Bloom-Richardson score?
The tubule formation, nuclear
size, and mitotic count. Good. If it is like this, scores of 3, scores of 3, 4, and 5 will be grade 1 or well differentiated. Scores of 6 and 7 are moderately well differentiated. Scores of 8 and 9 are poorly differentiated or grade 3. So the next time you don't get good marks in exam, tell your parents that I am following the Bloom-Richardson grading of scores. So less is better. You can tell your parents that. Hello. Could I make you understand this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good.
So tubule form में 1 टा होच्छे more.
Yes, sir. Oh, then, sir, I have to write then what is 1. Okay. Then 1 means 75% of the tumor shows tubules. Tubule mane, they form like test tubes, sir. tubules, tubes. 75% shows tubules. 2 mane 10 to 75% shows tubules formation. 3 mane less than 10% shows a tubule formation.
Sir, thale tubule formation is another form of writing differentiation.
Maybe. But sir, we don't only depend upon the tubule. We are depending upon the 3 things added together. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
স্যার যে নিউক্লিয়ার সাইজটা আছে ওটা কি প্লিওমরফিজমকে ডিনোট করছে?
No. Nuclear size is you compare it with the normal breast parenchyma. Because these are things in pathology. The more I teach this, the more I will appear that I am teaching to pathology, not surgery. I think this is the reason I asked you, where you taught this in pathology or not? Sir, in nuclear size, 1 is small nuclei like the normal nuclei. 2 is 2 times that of the large of a normal nuclei. 3 is more than 2 times that of a nuclei. Okay, so it is like that.
Okay, sir.
So this is called as a very important classification. Like you read your Gleason in prostate, this is called as the Bloom-Richardson classification. People have modified this to called as modified scarf Bloom. So the good. If you have completed writing this, I'm going to now take you to another level of understanding. Something now called, after all of these, the last 30 years to 40 years, biochemistry particularly and immunology have made tremendous progress, and pathologists and clinicians have been equally adept at understanding something called as proteomics and genomics, and that means the genes and etc. We have also identified that breast cancer is something that is more than all of these cells. Okay, so in the pathology, remember what happened was, you don't write this now. In the pathology, in 1900 to say 1950, we understood that there was something called breast cancer. And remember all the types of breast cancer? The medullary, the colloid, and the DCIS, and all of this?
Yes.
Okay. So they were all according to the microscope. So this was the microscope, and you looked into the microscope. And remember those, did you remember drawing those in your pathology khatas? Those pink dots and all of these. So this was done for 50 years. Then gradually, the microscopes increased, people's gyan increased, and they went on into 1970s to something called as the grading of the breast cancer. What is the name of the grading that I taught? Pardon, please? Hello? It's called as the Bloom. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is Bloom-Richardson score. But what gradually changed in 1990s was people understood that now the 2 patients who have an invasive ductal cancer, both of them have the same architecture that looks under a microscope. What is very interesting is both of them have the same Bloom-Richardson score, except that patient number A lived on to 50 years, even his treating doctor died. Patient number B, with the same scoring, died within 5 months. How do you explain this thing apart from bad luck? Then in 1990s, any idea guys, how do you explain this thing?
So the cell surface protein profiles were different.
Exactly.
So
That means the same thing, sir. The basic thing is that out of the 5 brothers or the 5 sisters, not everyone becomes the same. Understand the basic biology, understand the philosophy and the mathematics of nature. What is very important is we understood that tumors may look the same under your microscopy pathology pictures, but there is something that is very different called as the molecular classification of breast cancer. Please remember this part. And this brings us to a new world on something called as the molecular classification of breast cancer. Okay. Have you understood up till this point, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you taught a molecular classification of breast cancer in pathology?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wow, great, man. This is very nice. Very reassuring to hear that. Okay, so that means my job is 90% done. This is what I really have tough time in making everyone understand. It is good. So let us quickly recap what are the things that you know. Okay, so what are the things that you know about the points in breast cancer? Okay, just a minute. Now, the first of the points to remember in breast cancer, please remember. Then, so I think I told you about this basic thing that changed the way of our thoughts. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good. If you are good, then please understand this and then write. Because whatever you are going to write, remember that I hope all of you have understood this, or you have been taught in pathology and hence. Now, please understand the picture. Now, in the normal breast, remember the last class we drew this pyramid-like model, and remember you drew this tree-like picture, and out of the tree-like picture, let us take one of the branches of the tree and let us make it enlarge. Now, this is something that I need you to understand. This is the black color. So what I will take is that I will take my glow marker pen. I really like this pen. And what I will do is that I am making the basement membrane. Can you see the basement membrane? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you can see the basement membrane, now understand, initially think of embryologically, when cells were developing in the basement membrane, there were cells which were lining them, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Can you see the picture that there were cells which were lining them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What will you call these cells as? What will you call these cells?
Basal
to be?
cells.
So myopathic
Excellent.
cells.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Good going. These cells were called as basal cells. Also, they were called as myoepithelial cells. And these cells were responsible for
contraction.
milk ejection.
Leakage.
Okay. And now I consider that this is a baby-like cell. Okay. Now, what is very important is this baby will be growing up. So when this baby is growing up, what is important is this baby will gradually grow up to become cells which will be like this. I'm making them. Okay, you say, ha, sir. You see, the cells were born and now these are in school. Okay, so they are in kindergarten school, KG, lower KG. So these kind of cells are technically enough for
Luminal.
us are technically called as basoluminal. Now these are chota sa baby cells, Baba. So very important.
This meeting is being recorded.
Can you see these cells? This is what a normal human breast
This meeting
ductal
is being
epithelium looks like.
recorded.
Have you understood up till this picture, sir?
Yes.
Okay, good one. Now, if you have understood the picture, then see how evolution takes place. And this is what makes me like teaching breast cancer biology very well. What happens is that, I think I will have a picture to show you guys. I do think, please tell me when you are getting bored, then we'll take a break then. Hello?
Okay.
Hello? Okay?
Yes, sir.
This is a picture that evolves. Can you see the thing on the screen now?
Yes, sir.
This is what exactly evolution nahi. This is called as a de-evolution. This is exactly what a breast cancer does. Okay, it becomes more devolution. And if you consider the devolution thing that is occurring in a breast cancer, what is important is, if this is what is the normal architecture of a breast duct, consider the first type of cancer. The first type of cancer will thus be a cancer in which we will be calling it as a luminal A. And in a luminal A, understand, the cell that is important, that is going to occupy the full lumen, is going to contain. Now, I really forgot to say that. Our student has now graduated from school and he is now into a medical college. Okay. So please consider that he has gone into a joint entrance, NEET exam clear kar liya, and he has now entered into your college. And if he has entered into your college, he is in first year MBBS now. What did mother tell him to have in the morning? 3 glasses of
Only.
come on, Horlicks. What did mother tell him to have in the evening? 3 glasses of Complan. Very good. His roommates are telling, देखो भैया ने और कुछ drink दिया है. He said, nah, Baba, nah. I am not going to take any other drink called Hattu New. I am not going to take that, sir. Okay. And his always seniors are telling him, let us go out and let us enjoy the world. Let us enjoy by going out into the world by something called as the Ki-67 index, also called as proliferation index. He says that, Dekho Baba, I am just new to the college. I will not go out. And he does not go out of the house and stays in the room. लिखाई पढ़ाई करने में, he goes out less than 10%. This kind of a neoplasm is called as a luminal A. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Good. Achha, which MB is he on? I really forgot to ask you. Which MBBS is this chap on? একটা ক্লাস খেলেই হবে
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, seniors are always pushing him.
This meeting is being recorded.
Thank you. So pathology guys taught you this one. Very good. If pathology guys taught you this one, can I erase this slide now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I can erase, or I will keep this slide, then why should I be knowing all of these? Sir, why should I be knowing all of this is because we are now as clinics.
Prognosis.
Exactly. Not only prognostic, very good. If you have said prognostic, sir, tell me, out of all of this Devdas story that I told you, which one is the best kind of breast cancer?
Luminal A.
Luminal A,
Very good. Followed by
luminal B,
Luminal B.
luminal B, her negative or her positive?
Or
Negative.
negative.
Good. That means the prognostically, if you think of the prognostic type, the best outcome is seen in luminal A, then followed by luminal B, her negative, then followed by luminal B, her positive, then followed by. Now, what is your opinion? Which one is more bad?
Sir,
Triple negative.
Basal.
Triple negative is the worst, or her enriched is the worst?
is the worst.
So think, guys, think. This is the reason of thinking. If her enriched is the worst or triple negative is the worst?
The triple negative is the worst.
Why did you say triple negative is? Why did you say triple negative is the worst, sir?
স্যার ও দেবদাস হয়ে গেছে আর কামব্যাক করতে পারবে না
Very good. Exactly. That technically means very good. He has become Devdas. He cannot come back. In triple negative, there is only one question that I have. Have you asked yourself this question? How is this cell surviving? If he is not having Horlicks, Complan and that other liquid, that means this has a blocker.
This meeting is
By
being
something
recorded.
called as estrogen. What about HER2/neu? Antibody called as trastuzumab. That means, will trastuzumab be working in this patient?
No,
No.
sir.
No, sir. Tell me how to kill this tumor.
Yes. Herceptin. Herceptin.
Wait, Herceptin is this one, man. This is the trade name for trastuzumab.
Surgery.
Surgery. Sir, again. Surgery is a local disease. Very good that you are thinking. My job is to make you think. Very good that you have understood the story by this time. Now, by this time, we are gradually graduating into understanding after you have known the biology. Remember that surgery can only remove things that you can see. There will be multiple cells that you cannot see ever in your life. Even if you are God, how much amount of cancer cell can you see? Maybe 10%? What about the rest of the cancer cells that have gone out to the whole human body? You cannot. So that means when you talk about breast cancer treatment, what does surgery do, sir? Surgery removes only the local disease. What if the tumor has micromets across the human body? How are you going to treat that? That is the point we come across the role of something called, do you know what is this thing called as endocrine therapy? What is the rationale of an endocrine therapy? There are receptors called ER and PR we need to block. Okay. What is a biological therapy, also called targeted therapy? There are receptors on the cell. What are these receptors called as? HER2/neu. So what are these drugs used for? What are these drugs used? They block the receptors. Do you know of any blocker of HER2/neu?
Trastuzumab.
Trastuzumab. And all of these are very interesting histories of development. We don't have time to discuss stories. And the last is, both of these, as you see, are technically very targeted therapies. Or you may say, when all of these fails, let us go for a carpet bombing. That is chemotherapy. What is the single line answer? Which cell is killed by chemotherapy? Which cell is
Living
killed by
cells.
chemotherapy?
Sir, rapidly
Triple
proliferating.
negative.
Very
Rapidly
good.
dividing
The
cells.
answer is rapidly
Rapidly
dividing
growing.
cells. If the rapidly dividing cells, what marker did you do to know that these are rapidly dividing cells?
Ki67.
67.
Is a Ki67 index. If the cells are more than 20%, this means these cells are rapidly dividing. And these cells will be killed by giving chemotherapy. But chemotherapy, remember, also kills other normal human body cells, which are also rapidly proliferating. Best example is
Hair and skin.
hair and
Hair.
skin. That means this is the reason patients of chemotherapy do not have hair, they lose hair. If you have this logic in mind, then with this logic, there is a small village in the Swiss Alps. I think after the pandemic ends, you can go there for a summer camp. In the Swiss Alps, this is a small village. You can search the Wikipedia for a name called Saint Gallen. Okay, beautiful small city. This city specializes in the winter times in Winter Olympics. In the rest of the summer, oncologists across the world come together within a gap of 5 to 7 years, and they sit together and think about what we can do for breast cancer cells that go around the human body. So they proposed that if it is a luminal A, what is the treatment for a luminal A beyond surgery? What do you think is the treatment for luminal A beyond surgery? This is endocrine therapy. What is the endocrine therapy, sir? Endocrine therapy will be in premenopausal. In premenopausal, I will use a drug called as tamoxifen. In postmenopausal, I will have a drug called aromatase inhibitor. Have you heard these names?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay. Will you examine those drugs? Will you use trastuzumab in a luminal A? What is your opinion?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
Very
sir.
good. Do you know the cost of trastuzumab in India? One
Sir,
cycle is
40,000.
it is more than that, sir. 50,000 to 1 lakh per cycle, and the cycle goes on for 12 months. Okay. Now, beyond this, will you like to use chemotherapy in this group? Yes or no?
No.
No, sir.
No. Beautiful. So now you know how to treat a luminal A. Let us talk about a luminal B. Now you can tell me the treatment for a luminal B. Will you use endocrine therapy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I will use. Will you use trastuzumab?
So it depends upon the heart rate, positive or negative.
Depends upon the heart rate. That means yes, if it is heart positive. Will you use chemotherapy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Very good. Thank you. Good one. Excellent going. Tell me now about a HER enriched. Will you use endocrine therapy?
No, sir.
No, sir. Will you use trastuzumab?
Yes, sir.
Always, sir. This patient, ekdam, he was told as Matal in his college days. Ekdam. And will you use chemotherapy?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, I will use chemotherapy. Finally, let us talk about the last and the most controversial of all, triple negative. Will you use
Yes.
if
Being
let us
recorded.
increase the
And we did not find it out for luminal B whether it is hard positive or hard negative.
sir, we have find out now. We have found out. Until and unless you found it out, how can you classify this into luminal B? Okay, so sir, this is the types of the tumor. Okay, have you understood up till this point? Sir, you have to find out
Luminal
these
B
four.
or negative, we should not use trastuzumab.
Yes, you will not use trastuzumab. So luminal B, I will write a cross and I will write a tick. Okay, have you understood up till this point?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you have understood up till this point, let me take you a notch more. The first line drug that is used in chemotherapy, the first line, that means for responders, are something called as anthracyclines. I do not know how. Have you read that chapter on chemotherapy drugs at the end of that book?
Yes, sir.
Oh
No,
my
sir.
God.
No, sir.
Oh my God. That is an honest confession.
Yes, sir.
No, sir. That is an honest confession. This is that chapter that no human being reaches. Good. Okay. So please remember that there are n number of questions in your MCQ world. There are more than your autonomic drugs. That is what I can tell. Okay. So the first line that we use is something called anthracycline. The second line of these drugs are technically called platins or platinum derivative, like cisplatin and taxanes. Interestingly enough, taxanes were discovered by a lady from Kolkata, Professor Asima Chatterjee. Okay, now, so beyond this, what happens is, so if it is a luminal B, what is the chemo drug that you are going to start the chemo with? Anthracyclines. If it is a HER enriched and a triple negative, particularly triple negative, do not take a chance. Use the Brahmastra you have. Either use the platins or use the taxanes. The problem with platins is they are extremely toxic, severe bone marrow depression, severe vomiting. Taxanes are better tolerated. So we use taxanes better than platins. Okay? Heard about this one, sir? Good. The last one before we take a break, and I think it has been bap, both high level is HER2 mechanism. Remember that the HER2 new, I am not teaching this with one hope that this has been taught in pathology. Where this taught in pathology, now what is ER, what is an alpha subunit, what is the beta subunit? I think this has been taught in pathology.
Not in so much details.
Yes.
No, sir.
No, sir, this was not at all taught.
Not at all.
Okay. ER money, the name suggests that, sir, these are receptors of estrogen and progesterone. Now, these are all steroidal receptors. If they are present on the nucleus, this is called as an alpha subunit. If they are present outside the cell, this is called as a beta subunit. What is important is a drug by the name of tamoxifen. You know the original use of tamoxifen. Now there are some boys in the class who are never performing that well, but in real world they have 10 Mercedes 10 years down the line. This drug was tamoxifen. Tamoxifen was invented to be an oral contraceptive pill. It felt it in the clinical trials, it was really disaster, except one interesting point. 10 patients were given tamoxifen, and all of them, the cancer really vanished. Tamoxifen was such a drug. Okay, it was done in a hospital called Christie's in Manchester. So this is tamoxifen. Tamoxifen has a bhaiya. You know that tamoxifen ka bhaiya ka naam?
Raloxifene.
Tamoxifen. Very good. Is used to prevent osteoporosis. Okay. HER2/neu, on the other hand, there are interesting stories again on HER2/neu. Is about a receptor that goes by the family of, what is the name of the family?
Epidermal growth factor
EGF,
receptor.
epidermal growth factor receptors. And this receptor families, remember, can be blocked by use of a common blockade called as trastuzumab. What is important is, I do not know, when pathology, where you taught about evolution of tumors or how do tumors evolve to bypass, like bacteria evolve to develop sensitivity, how do tumors evolve to develop sensitivity to chemo drugs?
No, sir.
Come on, man. You have not been taught the real fun part of medicine. You have been taught all the dull, drab part, boring part. What is very interesting is trastuzumab receptor that you see. Can you see the two legs of trastuzumab? What is very interesting is the two legs always have to twine apart and they dance together and start with a mechanism of activating the tyrosine kinase. Okay, and the PDGFR. What is more interesting is cancer cells, even if they are blocked by trastuzumab, they are so clever that what they do is that they attack on this subunit and they can still make the dancing process happen. So people invented a drug by the name of pertuzumab. Which is the Naya advanced material for pertuzumab. If you have heard trastuzumab, so what is the mechanism of action of pertuzumab? What does pertuzumab do? Pertuzumab prevents the two intracellular subunits to activate the tyrosine kinase and the PDGFR. So which one do you think is better effective, trastuzumab or pertuzumab?
Pertuzumab.
Pertuzumab. Which one is more costly?
Definitely pertuzumab.
Definitely pertuzumab. If it costs 50,000, pertuzumab costs 1.5 lakhs. But which one are you going to use in these patients?
Trastuzumab.
You don't get chances, boss. Money will come, life will not come back. With this, I think we'll take a break. Bahut ho gaya. Pathology is done. I've told you pathology, much more than pathology did. So we'll take a break and come back to assessment of a breast lump. Okay?
So hard enriched chemotherapy की वही first line hard enriched chemotherapy की platinum taxane होता use
you can use anthracyclines. You see, because the main thing about giving chemotherapy is, why did you give chemotherapy in these patients? You have used trastuzumab, pertuzumab. Why have you given chemotherapy in these patients? Because their Ki67 was more than 20%. So that is the reason you give. But yes, you can use anthracyclines. But some people consider that no, these are group of aggressive tumors. You can use taxanes. The only problem of taxanes are they are more toxic. So there is a severe neuropathy and nephropathy with taxanes.
Thank you.
Pertuzumab
is?
Pertuzumab part একবার explain করবেন?
Pertuzumab, sir, understand that. What is the mechanism of action of a HER2/neu? HER2/neu is an epidermal growth factor receptors, EGFRs. Okay, so an EGFR, what they do is that EGFRs are notorious of having a transmembrane domain. So they look like this. They look like this cup that holds. It is like they are like a wicket keeper. Okay, and wicket keeper needs two hands to hold that. But after the wicket keeper has held the ball, the wicket keeper does a dancing. That means the intracellular unit of that wicket keeper wala receptor, remember, that is responsible for activation of the cancer mechanism. That is bad. So what does pertuzumab do is that pertuzumab blocks the legs of the wicket keeper. That is something that we may say.
স্যার এটা ইন্ট্রাসেলুলার ডোমেন অফ রিসেপ্টর টাইরোসিন কাইনেজ কে ব্লক করছে, তো এটার নামটা নিব দিয়ে এন্ড হওয়া উচিত ছিল না?
No idea, sir. That is something that I'm very poor in. Okay. So this is the mechanism.
Tyrosine kinase
Tyrosine kinase?
so we can't inhibit the tyrosine
No, yes, you can.
by
You can. You have tyrosine kinase inhibitors also. But remember, tyrosine kinase inhibitors, do you think this is the only, you can use lapatinib. Yes, you can use lapatinib. But lapatinib is used in metastatic. Maybe 30 years down the line, lapatinib will come to be a first line in this. But yes, you have very rightly said, lapatinib is used in breast cancer, particularly metastatic breast cancer. Okay, we take a quick break.
Postmenopausal টা বলবেন, tamoxifen আর aromatase inhibitor টা।
Sir, premenopausal, you give tamoxifen. In early breast cancer, we are going to read about this in details. Premenopausal, you use tamoxifen. Postmenopausal, you use aromatase inhibitor. Why? We will read that in early breast cancer very soon. Have you completed?
One or two, won't it modify this regimen?
Which one, sir? Of
BRCA1 বা 2 gene, মানে BRCA1 থাকলে কোন particular treatment বা BRCA2 present থাকলে কোন particular treatment?
না, দেখো, BRCA1 very good question. But remember that this consensus is about a basic skeleton. This is a basic skeleton that does not change. Okay, but what will change, as you have very rightly said, is that, say for example, the patient has a BRCA1. What is the kind of the tumor in a BRCA1? What is the kind of the tumor that is a BRCA1? These tumors are mostly poorly differentiated. No, invasive cancer to ho gaya, sir. They are, no, understand what is the biology of the tumor. Now forget about your DCIS. Tell me the biology. BRCA1, what is the biology?
Poorly differentiated.
Okay, right. So BRCA1, we do not usually taper our treatment, but you have asked a very pertinent question now. Maybe 10 years to 20 years down the line, we will come to a time where we are going to taper our drug selection based on the gene mutation. And we're going to come to that. I will be teaching you something called Oncotype DX, Mammoprint. What is the role of genes in breast cancer? Okay, so right. So guys, I will be taking just 2 minutes. Bolo.
হ্যাঁ, বলছি ওই যে ডিসিআইএস যখন পড়াচ্ছিলেন তখন বলছিলেন যে ডিসিআইএস আর ইনভেসিভ ডাক্তারের মধ্যে ডিফারেন্সটা হচ্ছে ওই 1/4 পোরশন যদি মানে লেস দ্যান 1/4 এবার লেস দ্যান 1/4 তার হচ্ছে লেস দ্যান 1/4 হলো আর ব্লাডে ছড়িয়ে গেল, তখন সেক্ষেত্রে সেটাকে ইনভেসিভ ডাক্তার।
Yes sir, it is invasive because it has invaded a blood vessel.
Okay sir.
Okay, so I think I will take just trastuzumab.
ওরে মানে সাইট অফ অ্যাকশনটা একবার বলবেন?
Site of action of trastuzumab,
টাইরোসিন কাইনেজ পোরশনটাকে করে না বিফোর দ্যাট?
no, tyrosine kinase portion ta kore na. Trastuzumab is extracellular domain of receptor is blocked.
তাহলে তো বোথ পাথওয়েই ব্লক হওয়ার কথা।
Kintu if the cancer cell activates it beyond that pathway, then
yes,
if the cancer cell is so clever that the cancer cell by some other mechanism activated that beyond this activation. Okay, chalo. We have completed the pathology and then we come to this is 8:58. Hello, I'll start within 9:02. So I'll take a 4 minutes break now. Okay, Shamal da ami 5 minutes jonno break nichi, leave korchi.
The recording has stopped.
The
কত থেকে দিয়েছিলেন বাবা? ভিডিও
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes, sir,
Good.
sir.
Yes, sir, you're
Start
audible.
করে দিন।
Good. We will not be doing a long class. Don't worry. By 10:05, I must end.
না স্যার একটু তাড়াতাড়ি ছেড়ে দিয়ে এদের নেট নেই বলছে।
Okay. So we'll do only one topic then. Is the screen visible now?
This meeting is being recorded.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, after the break, welcome back. I think it was a very difficult pathology session. So what we will now like to start is, we will begin with, just a minute, now something called as the approach to a patient with a breast lump.
স্যার একটা জিনিস জিজ্ঞেস করার ছিল স্যার। স্যার বলছিলাম যে প্রোজেস্টেরন ইজ প্রোটেক্টিভ अगेंस्ट ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সার, তো প্রোজেস্টেরন রিসেপ্টর পজিটিভে কি করে ব্রেস্ট ক্যান্সারটা এনহ্যান্সড হচ্ছে?
Sir, it is not enhanced. Remember that I told you the biology. They are with this receptor, there is nothing enhanced. On the other hand, if there is loss of estrogen and progesterone, okay, things are bad. So that it is nothing to do with that is a risk factor. This is a biology of the tumor.
মানে দুটো সেপারেট এন্টিটি না?
They are different entities, sir. They're different stories altogether. No. Okay, we start with, the next question is, you are given a common question in MCQ exam, not only MCQs, in a real MBBS exam, real life world, is something called approach to a breast lump. Now, the minute I talk about an approach to a breast lump, basics of understanding here. Yesterday around, I was into a national forum discussion, and I had one gentleman from the southern part of India who was a third-year resident and had a case discussion with a 55-year-old lady with a breast lump. Interestingly enough, this gentleman who was a third-year resident still was confused with what is the first investigation to be done after he has clinically seen the patient. Please remember that this should not be the state after you have ended the class today. When you talk about approach to a breast lump, please understand the logic of this is very straightforward. The approach to a breast lump is called as a triple assessment, which has come as an independent short note. It has also been described as a part of a long question. So either it is a short note or it is a part of a long question. What is triple assessment? So triple assessment by definition is a sequence of investigations necessary for diagnosis and confirmation of a etiology of a breast lump. Have you written this up?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, what are the components of a triple assessment? The components of a triple assessment are: step 1 is always clinical assessment, or I should say history and clinical assessment. Step 2 is radiology. Step 3 is tissue diagnosis. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Have you written up till this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thus, there is one important rider to be mentioned. Step 1 is first MB, step 2 is second MB, step 3 is third MB. Can you pass third MB without passing second MB? Yes or no? Can you pass third MB, final MB without passing second MB? Yes or no?
No.
No. That's it. So this is a very basic, simple truth. And can you give third MB before giving second MB?
No, sir.
No, sir. Na? Then tell me, how can an FNAC be done before radiology? So please remember, this is an unidirectional algorithm. Whether we like it or not, it has been scientifically proven this to be the algorithm that we will always follow in all cases. Please remember that. It is not my word, sir. Clinical followed by radiology, followed by tissue diagnosis. Have I made you understand this concept?
Yes, sir.
If you have understood this concept, please tell me an MCQ then. A 22-year
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Good.
This meeting is being
Point
recorded.
number 2, age. Benign breast lumps usually occur starting from the age of 15 to 25, maximum up to the age of 50. Usually, well, I have seen fibroadenomas in 65-year lady also, but majority of benign breast lumps, remember, will be up till the age of 50. Whereas a malignant breast lumps usually are seen from the age of 50 years plus, with a median age of around 60 to 70 years, at least in Western people. In India, maybe 2 decades earlier. So in India, things are tough. Can I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Consistency. Benign lumps in the breast are firm to soft. Malignant lump in the breast is
Hard and gritty.
hard and gritty. Very good. That is on pathology, sir. In clinical examination, this is hard inconsistency. Now, invasion and mobility. Invasion mane invasion of the surrounding breast. Mobility mane mobility in the breast. Benign lumps are mobile. A fibroadenoma, will have a short note, is called as a
Movable mouse.
Breast mouse.
Breast mouse. Who taught you this? In pathology, they taught you the mouse.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they were the cat. Good. And in a cancer, what happens is it is fixed either to the skin or to the
Yes.
breast parenchyma, and very rightly said, or to the chest wall. Done. Next, lymph nodes. What happens in benign? No. The answer is yes. Distant mets. No. The answer is yes. Have you written this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Nipple discharge. In a benign one, the nipple discharges can have a bright red in color, which can suggest a nipple or a ductal papilloma, or it can be green in color. It can be, don't say blue, it can be green in color. It can be even pus. In a cancer, remember the answer is black discharge. Have you completed?
Yes, sir.
Red hole কি হবে?
Red hole is a nipple or ductal papilloma. Completed?
Sir, in anatomy books, there was one thing written that breast mobility is due to the retromammary space. Breast slides over the retromammary space. So if the tumor is fixed to the breast parenchyma, how that will cause a decrease in mobility?
So retromammary space is technically, see, this is more of a potent space. In a real world, what happens is cancer does not understand this. The cancer goes on invading the ligament of Cooper, and the ligament of Cooper restricts its mobility. So that is what happens, sir. Or if it grows into that space, then it will be fixed to the muscle on the chest wall, the pectoralis. Have you understood up till this, sir? Can I proceed?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Has everyone written up till this? Can I proceed?
Sir, I missed the part for the connection issue, sir. Sir, can you explain that color, discharge color?
Red is seen in nipple discharge, nipple and ductal papilloma. Green and pus may be discharges seen in benign. Black is the color of discharge in a cancer.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Can I proceed now?
Please repeat the age. Sir, I got. Please repeat the
Age. Age is usually benign is in the 15 to 25 years, maximum up till 50. Cancers are usually seen in 60 to 70 years, usually starts at 50 years.
Thank you, sir.
Now, if you think this is a cancer, if the lump clinically appears as a cancer, then the next important part is we need to go for a stage of the cancer, and then we need to think over what will be the further treatment. Now, that does not mean that we are stopping the triple assessment. Whatever may be your stage that you diagnose, early, locally advanced or metastatic, you have to complete the triple assessment. Please remember this word. I give a real damn about what is the stage. What may be the stage, triple assessment आपको complete करना है, बस पक्का. But when you clinically see the patient and after your triple assessment is complete, you have only one question to have in front of you. What is the stage of the cancer? When you talk about the staging of the cancer, a committee called as AJCC, full form being
American Joint.
Okay, again, you know the full form is very appropriate. It is called as American Joint Committee on Cancer, or technically called as the AJCC, which is based in Chicago as their head office. What they do is that every tumor in the human body or every cancer in the human body, they come up with a manual. You can download that manual even, or you can buy that manual. And they come up with every cancer in the human body. They divide the cancer into the tumor, the node, lymph node, and M metastasis. At least in MBBS, remember that the only cancer that you are required to know for your exams is breast cancer. And knowing this is so important that if you have not known the TNM of a breast cancer, please do not go to give a NEET exam or a surgery exam, because NEET will always have two questions that are reserved for TNM of a breast cancer. And I'm not joking. If you have not known the TNM of a breast cancer, better is don't go to the exam. It is as straightforward as that. And I hope pathology has taught you the TNM.
Can you please repeat the TNM?
So TNM was started by something called AJCC, and we'll now start, sir, with the TNM story in details. Okay? Can I erase this part, sir?
Yes, sir.
If I can erase this part, and TNM has been taught in pathology, I hope. Hello? No, sir, or yes, sir?
No.
No, sir. So what is then? I should be teaching much less, man. Very interesting. Pathology is teaching so less.
Sir.
Very interesting one. So what starts is the T, the N, and the M. Now can you see the screen now?
Yes,
Hello,
sir.
can you see the screen, sir? Good. The T means tumor, the N means the node, and the M means metastasis. Let us make clear basic understanding of the story to start the day. AJCC TNM is, I take around 1 hour lecture to my postgraduates in making them understand AJCC TNM. Don't get afraid, you are not required to know this part. You are required to know that M can be M0 or M1. What is M0? M0 mane there is no metastasis. M1 mane there is a clinical or a radiological or a pathological proof that there is a mets. Have I made you understand this part? To talk
Yes,
it
sir.
as an M1, you must have a clinical or a radiological or a pathological proof that there is a METS. If you have failed to detect any METS, what is that M then immediately that becomes? M0. There is nothing called as MX anymore. If your examiner tells you what is MX, there is nothing called as MX anymore. Now, what do you mean by this? I should be very clear cut in this because this is something that I do not need you to have any confusions, because your MCQs are very unforgiving. MCQs are made to be accurate. AJCC, what is the full form of AJCC?
American
Joint Committee for Cancer Staging. Like the Windows that you use now, or the Android phone updates that you have, exactly that update, like AJCC is now in the 8th edition. Please remember that. And what I am going to teach you, and this has been in practice since 2017, it is good that and is going to stay in practice for at least next 5 to 6 years. So that when you give your NEET examination, this is going to be the trend. Don't get worried. But the sad part of is that the problem is not with you guys. The problem is maybe with your teacher who has read the AJCC last in 2002. That time they had the 6th edition. So at that time they had something called as MX, in which metastasis could not be determined. What is MX now? According to the 8th edition of TNM, what is NX now? What is MX now?
M0.
No.
There is nothing called as an MX. Please do not use this term anymore. Okay? Either you have M1 or you have M0. Make it 0 or 1. Have I made this point clear, sir?
Clinically detect na M0 direct.
Ekdam, direct M0. Okay. Now, talk about the next one. T. What is T? Now, the AJCC says that T0, understand this one very clearly. As I've said, there should be no doubt whatsoever in this part. T0, technically mane, holo no evidence of a primary tumor. Okay. TIS, mane, an in situ cancer. Okay. With your knowledge in pathology, by this time you know there are 2 types of TIS that can happen. Can you tell me what is TIS that can happen? It can be
LCIS and DCIS.
Very good. It can be DCIS or it could be TIS. What is the other name, sir? Agent. Before the 6th edition, they had something called as TIS, LCIS. But now what they have done is that it has been removed from AJCC.
So can you
Okay.
repeat once more?
So what are the in situ cancers that we know of? There are 2 in situ cancers, TIS Paget and TIS DCIS. Have I made you understand this part, sir?
So which one was removed?
Because LCIS is not a cancer anymore. It is removed from the TNM. Okay. Have you understood, sir? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
T2, oh, sorry. T1 is a tumor whose maximum size is up to 20 millimeter. I'm not saying 2 centimeter. I'm saying 20 millimeter. T2 is a tumor whose size is from 21 millimeter till 50 millimeter. 50 millimeter mane kitna centimeter?
5.
5. And T3 mane a tumor that is 51 millimeter or more. Can be 10 kilometers. I'm not interested, but is something more than 51 millimeter. Have you understood what is a T0, what is a TIS, what is a T1, what is a T2, what is a T3? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, what is a T4? T4 first is any size. Any size. It can be 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 10 centimeter, 100 kilometers. I'm not interested. Any size. With
chest wall.
T4A mane chest wall. And chest wall does not include
Pectoralis minor. Pectoralis major and minor.
Pectoralis major and minor. T4B mane any size tumor with skin involvement. And what do you mean by the term skin involvement? AJCC tells something that you are required to write in toto. In toto. आपको लिखना है ऐसा. What did AJCC tell us? AJCC tells us skin involvement mane ulceration and or satellite nodule and or edema of the skin, including Q, D, orange. Have I made you understand this part, sir? Have you completed writing?
Yes, sir.
T4C is 4A plus 4B on both chest wall and skin. And T4D is equal to inflammatory breast cancer. Okay, complete.
Sir, is if all T4s are greater than 51 centimeter?
No. See what I have written very clearly here.
Okay, sir.
Has produced.
This meeting is being recorded.
The last one is that in which understand that this can be the tumor maybe. But in association with the tumor, can you see these macroscopic skin lesions?
Yes, sir.
They are confined to the same breast, not to the opposite side. That is then technically called as a nodularity, or better called satellite nodules. Have I made you understand this, sir?
স্যার আগের দিন আপনি এনকুরেসে একটা ক্যান্সার বলছেন ওটার সাথে
So you see this picture in which cancer N cuirass separation skin signs. In the clinical class, I will be teaching.
This meeting
What is
is being
dimpling, what is
recorded.
puckering, what is tethering, I'll be teaching you. But for writing this, please understand this is not T4B.
Patients with lump will be considered under T4B.
Hello, completed this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If you have completed this part, then what is inflammatory breast cancer? Sir, inflammatory breast cancer technically means it is a special type of cancer which involves, if there are 4 quadrants in the breast, remember an inflammatory breast cancer is one. At the time of diagnosis, it is involving the skin of more than 3 quadrants. So the more than 3 quadrants of the skin are technically involved, and when it is involved, the appearance then is red in duration of more than 3 quadrants or more of the breast.
Sir, can you explain this once more?
There are 4 quadrants in the breast. Out of the 4, at the time of diagnosis, the patient presents with red coloration. So I should take the red color. Let me take the red color. So the patient presents with a red induration of how many quadrants? 3 out of the 4 quadrants. This one is called as an inflammatory breast cancer. Okay. Have you written up till this, sir?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you have written up till this, can I erase this part? Hello. Can I erase the M part, the metastasis 1?
Yes, sir.
Good. If I can erase the metastasis 1, then let me erase all of this. Come to the N part. The N part is a little bit difficult. N0 now will be clinically a lymph node, or you could not palpate any lymph node. So that will be technically called as an N0. Okay, just give me a minute. Right, just a second, please. Right. Understand this, and we will be ending the class soon now. And N0 will mean no palpable or radiologically seen node in axilla. That is an N0. Okay. That means if I can draw a picture of this condition, if I can draw a picture, if this is the breast tumor, there level 1 and 2 axillary nodes. I hope you understood what is the level 1 and 2 axillary nodes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Very good. If you have understood this, that means the next picture will be the shaded area is the cancer. Okay, these nodes are involved. And what is so special about these nodes? See that these nodes are mobile and they're ipsilateral. Ipsilateral means the same side as that of the cancer. Okay. And N2 will mean ipsilateral matted or fixed node. ipsilateral, matted and fixed node. Okay? Understood? Hello?
Yes, sir.
If you have understood, it comes in two variants. If this is the tumor, the lymph nodes, as you see, are matted with one another. That means they are stuck up with one another. Okay? This is technically they are matted with one another, or they are fixed to the wall of the axilla like this. So this is this one. Okay. The next one is, this is called as an N2A. Whereas understand that, what is the other lymph node stations of the breast? Is something called as internal memory. So clinically, I have never felt an internal memory, but if you do get an internal memory that is clinically palpable, it will be N2B. It will be N2B. Have I made you understand this, sir? N2B. What is very important in N2B? What is the status of the axilla? In N2B?
No.
Axillary nodes are not present.
Not palpable. Not palpable. Not palpable. Talk about N3. N3 means now you'll end up with any of the three scenarios. And N3A will technically mean these lymph nodes are now not in the axilla, but they are infraclavicular lymph nodes. Infraclavicular lymph nodes. That means which level of lymph nodes are they?
3.
Level 3.
Very good. Level 3. And N3B will mean, understand the picture. This is the tumor. There are lymph nodes in the axilla. Also, there are parallel lymph nodes which are palpable in the internal memory. So it is both internal memory plus axilla lymph node. It is plus. So what is the difference between N3B and N2B?
Axillary nodes are
Very good. And finally, what is N3C? N3C means, consider the clavicle. This is the tumor. There are supraclavicular lymph nodes. Okay? Completed writing, sir? Completed writing?
Yes, sir.
Done? N3A, N3B, N3C?
Yes, sir.
So you have completed T, N, and an M. Very good. If you have completed T, N, and an M, now this will be for today. Before you go home, I think what I will like to do is that I will like to ask you a couple of questions to see how better you have understood this part. Just
sir, only
like they seem a bit like haphazard.
No, I could not understand. No, sir, it is not haphazard. It is not at all haphazard, sir. Absolutely not. It is not haphazard. If you think of, see that as the T is increasing, the disease volume is increasing. As the N is increasing, the disease magnitude and the disease volume is
No, sir,
increasing.
I'm talking about N, sir. N, sir. So lymph node spread ta. So lymph node মানে lymph node spread এর মধ্যে স্যার N2 N3 এর মধ্যে স্যার ওইটা একটা হ্যাপাজেট আছে মানে কোন ক্লাসের lymph node বা
আচ্ছা oh right you are trying to say that মানে N1 versus N2 versus N3 it is haphazard.
এটার মধ্যে কোনো মানে recognizable pattern
no, there is a recognizable pattern. See, the problem is that in the TNM, now see, because TNM is as such as I've told you, it is an 1 hour class on how to make you understand the TNM of breast. The basic philosophy of this is that all of these are made with only one intention. To tell you technically enough, if you combine the T and the N and the M, I think I have a picture now to show you guys. Let me see if I can have the picture. Okay, this is how the TNM publication looks like. If you go to their AJCC site, this is how the TNM group looks like. Now, what is important to know? Okay. In the table, because this is a table that I will require you to remember or ratify, whether you like it or not. This is the only table that needs to be known. If you see that the more we are going lower down the table, what is happening to the cancer? The cancer is increasing bad. So that means if this patient is expected to live 100 years, maybe this patient will die of a car crash. He will not die of a cancer. This patient of a stage 4 will die within 1 year. The rest of the thing as the table goes down, the longevity of the patient decreases. So if you understand this philosophy, understand that more the N is increasing in number, prognostically, it has been shown that these are the N's that are associated with more bad outcome. Okay, so that is the reason AJCC has named it like this.
Sir, in N3A, there is no axillary lymph node involvement.
No. Axillary lymph node involvement, very good question. Maybe there, may not be there. That is unimportant. If the infraclavicular nodes, you have done a very, very pertinent question. What if there are axillary nodes that are involved? Yes, maybe, sir. But see, if you have known the anatomy of the axilla, for a level 3 to be involved, what is your, say, common thoughts about this?
1 and
if
2
a level,
definitely
1 and 2 are already involved by the time level 3 is involved. So this is the reason this thing was made. Okay, have I made you understand this part, sir?
Yes.
This is okay. If you have understood this part, we'll end the class now. But I have to ask you an MCQ, sir.
Sir, if the cancer
couple of
spreads to
MCQs.
contralateral breast, then it would be considered that as a metastasis.
We are coming to that question, sir. We are coming to that question. We are coming to exactly your question. This question.
M1.
Why M1, sir?
Sir, bilateral supraclavicular node.
Bilateral.
Why are you so much worried with the word bilateral?
Metastasis is present.
Metastasis.
Very good, because that means all the classification that we have told about are same-sided. Patient has a cancer on the right. All these nodes are on one-sided. The minute the cancer goes to the opposite side, that is to be considered as an M1. Very good. So this is the first question. Now tell me this one.
T4 is any size.
T4B.
T4 is any size.
Any size.
T4
This is T is any size. Good. So please remember that every MCQ exam, you will require to know about these questions. I hope I have made you clear about what is the TNM, T1, T2, T3, T4, and the N status. Okay. Now tell me this one.
Human necrosis.
Very good. In which kind of a breast tumor is tumor necrosis a determinant of the grade of the disease?
T4B.
No, you did not understand my question. In which kind of breast cancer?
Inflammatory.
Exact. No. Are they again fundamental mistakes, sir? Bloom-Richardson score is applicable for all kinds of breast cancer. In which kind of breast cancer do you think I am worried with tumor necrosis? I taught you today.
DCIS.
No. DCIS. What are the two varieties that I taught you today?
Comedo and non-comedo.
What do you think by tumor necrosis?
Comedo.
What is the comedo? It is bad or good?
Bad.
It is a bad kind of cancer. Very good. Okay. Now tell me this one. This is PGI. This was PGI. That means more than one answer will be correct. Statement number 1. Is it true or is it false?
True.
True. Internal memory are also involved. True or false?
True.
Supraclavicular is involved. True. Treated by surgical resection. True. Third one. Okay, we have not read about ductal cancer.
Sir, PGI question টা আরেকবার দেখাবেন please.
Okay.
Bones.
All. Oh. Very good. Which bones?
Vertebra 12, C12, T11. Vertebra most common T11,
T11, 12 and L1.
L1. Now tell me this one.
Option A.
D.
Breast mass is 6 by 3 centimeters.
Option D.
D.
Option A. Metastasis.
Take minute. Let us, okay, let us be, before I see the choices, okay, chalo, before I see the choices, let me make this understanding clear. 6 by 3 centimeter will be what T, sir? T1, T2, T3, T4. T3.
Or T4. Or
T3. No. Okay. Hard mobile ipsilateral axillary and ipsilateral supraclavicular. Supraclavicular will be N.
N3C.
Okay. They have not mentioned anything on cancer. So it is safe to presume M will be 0. So this is technically the stage at the year 2021. Okay. This is what I understand. T3, N3C, M0. Now let us see who has this choice for us. Sadly enough, I don't have my choice.
Sir, 6 into 3 to T4 hote pare. T4 can be
Sir, what is so special about a T4? What is so special about a T4?
The invasion
Sexual involvement and skin involvement.
T4 is any size with this criteria. Think it is T4?
No, sir.
No, it is not T4, sir. At least in this time, in the year 2021, this is the question 21 years back. 21 saal pehle. So this is usually the story. Now, the answer to your question is, when this question was framed, the AJCC that was used is not this AJCC. At that time, they used to consider supraclavicular lymph nodes to be M1. So, if it was M1, please ignore this question. Then it would have been a T3, N1, M1. If M1 is considered to be, but if you do not want to get confused, please don't see this answer lot. This is an obsolete question technically, but I gave it to you for one single reason. To make you understand that you will get to see these questions in your MCQ books. So please do not get unnecessarily confused. Okay, chalo. I think we'll be ending now. We had a long class. Thank you, everyone.
Sir,
Yeah. Go on.
sir, for the final year batch, the peripheral vascular disease, the research get PDF, you said you will send it.
Oh, I have
you
not
please
sent
send
it. I
that?
have not sent
Actually,
it.
there are a
Sorry.
lot of PDFs, so I'm confused which one.
Okay, right enough. So I'll be sending it to you.
Okay.